Hey everybody, this is my custom Lego Mandalorian Dark Trooper, and also, if you haven't seen Chapter 14 yet, spoilers inbound. This is the Dark Trooper, you know it from The Mandalorian, or also Legends if you're a major nerd like me. And as I saw these things scoop Baby Yoda up like a plasma TV on Black Friday, I just knew I had to make one in some form or another. And yes, I know his name isn't Baby Yoda or Grogu, it's Grogu. I thought I would retrofit my Imperial Sentry Droid from Rebels, which was a Dark Trooper reference in and of itself when that premiered. And I thought I would just modify the design, make it better, make it more Chad, and bring it to you today. So, for starters, this thing is a little bit bigger than it should be. Like, that's it compared to a minifigure. I think in the show, they're about the same height as people, the Dark Troopers. But I had to make it taller just to get the proportions a little better, because it looked like a bit of an ape with the arms, like, dragging by its side. So I had to kind of raise it up a little bit and extend the legs to make it look, not as awful. Everything I thought was proportioned pretty well, except for maybe the head.
Who you calling Pinhead?
And that's because anything bigger or any other alternatives I thought would be kind of silly. Like, I didn't want to have a minifigure head on that. I think that would make it look a bit more bobbleheady and not as proportioned, so I went with the more super battle droid look of the really tiny head, and I think it looked alright because I, again, tried to get this in as small scale as I could. There's no jetpack because they ended up not having them in the show. They just had syndrome boots, so I was like, hey, less work for me, I don't have to design it. And of course there's a little bit of gray showing, but what are you going to do? I'm pretty sure they make these pieces, the little Technic pins, in black, but I couldn't find any. I don't know if they do that. I could have sworn they made them in black, but maybe that's just me. So real quick, here's the front view. In terms of articulation, it has basically just the elbow joints right there. You got the hands, and you got the legs. There's not really anything on the hip or these. These can't really move that well. It's a sacrifice I had to make it look this small and still have like the broad shoulders and all the different pieces that make it up. So it's just something I had to do. Moving on to the side view, we just have this little, the arms again. I try to use these tiles, these 1x1 round tiles, try to simulate the more like rounded, articulated arms. Same with the little pin right there, which is different from what I used for the Imperial design because I made that I made that like 3 years ago, and it's pretty bad by today's comparisons. But yeah, that's that. And then we just have the back, which is just it's the back. I could put probably 1x1 tile here, but I think it would jut it out too much and make it look too jarring. So that's kind of a gape there because you don't really look at the back anyway when it's on like a shelf or whatever. And yeah, that's that. And that is the Imperial Dark Trooper. So in conclusion, I thought the Dark Troopers were really cool. I thought the only reference we were going to get to them in canon were kind of the lame Imperial Sentry Droids, which were just kind of like a tongue-in-cheek reference of the Dark Troopers, and they were kind of just like these useless things that waddled around. So I was like, that kind of sucks. But now, like, Legends is on the table to be directly in canon and bring things directly from Legends to the screen, which I think is awesome. So I'm pretty swarmed with school right now, but I want to give a quick video, hold everybody over while my sanity gets seismic slammed into oblivion at the end of the semester. So yeah, that's really about it. Keep building, boys, and I hope to see you in the next one.